Okay, we are starting in Publisher Unit C, which is working with text. The objectives for this is use layout guides, use ruler guides, format a text box, add bullets and numbering, check spelling, modify a building blocks object, paint formats, add a table. And what you're going to do is you're going to start Publisher. Then you're going to click on Flyers. You want to click on the folder that says All Event. And then you may have to scroll down and you want the one that says Bars. To change the color scheme of this before we create it, you want to click in Color Scheme and you want Plum. Then you can click Create. Go File and Save As. Remember, to save you need to go to your multimedia folder. So Spring 2013, pick your hour. Once you get into your folder, Assignment, create a new folder called Unit C. And inside that folder you need to save it as Design Seminar Flyer. Okay, you want to move your pointer to 5 inches by 4, and it's this box right here that has the picture. And instead of clicking on the actual picture, you just want to click the placeholder and click Delete, or press the Delete key on your keyboard. And this text box right here, we want to delete it as well, so click on it and then press Delete. Click the Page Design tab, click on Margins, and we want Custom Margins. For margin guides, we want the top, or the left, right, and top to be 0.5, and the bottom should be 0.66. Then click the Grid Guides, and we want the columns to be 3 and the rows to be 3 as well. And we want to add center guide between columns and rows, so that way it shows us where the columns are actually at. And then you can click OK. Then let's save. We are now going to start using ruler guides, and ruler guides are useful when you have a set layout that you want and specific page type. So what we're going to do is position your mouse over the vertical ruler bar, which is the one on the left. Press your Shift key, and then the mouse should change to a double-headed arrow like mine has. And you want to move that all the way to where it says 0 on the horizontal bar in the left of your page. Then release your mouse and then release your Shift key. Then what you want to do is move your mouse up to the double, or the box at the top of your vertical ruler, which says drag to move ruler origin. Press and hold your Shift key and drag down so that the horizontal bar is on the half line and the vertical bar is on the half line. So it's a little tricky. Remember, when you are doing measurements, The big line in the middle is your half. So halfway between 0 and 1 on both rulers. And then again, release your shift key and your mouse at the same time. Now, position your mouse anywhere on the vertical ruler and do not hit the shift key this time, and drag out to where on the horizontal ruler it says 3. And then release your mouse. So what you just did was you actually placed another guideline, and you can barely see it. It's a faint dotted line on the 3-inch mark. Then you want to do the same thing with the horizontal ruler. So position your mouse anywhere on the horizontal ruler, which is at the top. Click and drag down till your vertical ruler says 3. And release your mouse. And now what you need to do is position your mouse on top of your 3-inch vertical guide that you created, which is right here. And we're going to drag that down to 3/4, 3 3/4, which is halfway between the half mark and the 4. So it's this line right here. And go down to the bottom, and we want to move the vertical ruler that we put at 3 to 5.5. Now we want to place our mouse on the horizontal ruler, and we're going to place another guide. So click and hold and drag down to 6 1/4, which is halfway between the half mark and 6. You want to create another one that's at 7, and one that is at 8 3/4. So you should be following along in the book with me, and you are on page Publisher 52 to help you see exactly where I'm placing all of these lines. And then let's save our work. Let's position our mouse over the vertical ruler. Press your shift key so it changes to the double-headed arrow, and move it back to the left edge of your workspace so it's off of your actual workspace. Click your flyer heading placeholder, which is the one that says product and service information, and you actually want to type in there professional design seminar, and press escape twice to get out of that box. Click on your page design tab if you are not already still there. In the layout group, make sure that there is a check mark for guides and objects. Click on the Insert tab, and we want to draw a text box. So we are going to drag our mouse from 3 inches on the horizontal ruler and 3 3/4 on our vertical ruler, and drag to 5 on the horizontal and 6 1/4 on the vertical. So now you can see your H is your horizontal ruler. If you're following along in your book, you can see where I'm getting these from. And your V is your vertical ruler bar. So that tells you where you need to position your text box. Right click on the text box anywhere in the middle, and you want to click on Format Text Box, and where it says Line Color, click the down arrow, and you want Accent 1, which is the purple looking color. And for the weight arrow, select everything that's in there and type 4, and then click OK. And let's go ahead and click on Save and turn the page. Make sure that your text box does have the right color and press F9. Click the Home tab, click the font size arrow, and type 16. You want 16-point font, and then type inside that box, why use a logo? Press Enter. And then you want to click on the numbering icon and select 1 period, 2 period, 3 period, which is the first option available. And next to number 1, customers, look for it. Number 2, which if you just press Enter, number 2 will appear automatically. It distinguishes your firm from others. Press Enter. It is a marketing element. Select your text from Customers to Element and click the bulleted list and click Bullets and Numbering. Click the Bullets tab, and you want the closed diamond. Then you can click OK and press Escape twice to get out of that. Then press F9 to zoom out and save your work. Okay, you should be following along with me in your book, and I'm on page Publisher 58 to help you out. And we want to click on the Home tab, and this time we want to draw a text box. So there's 2 different places that you can draw a text box from, and you want to position your mouse at 5.5 on your horizontal ruler and 3 3/4 on your vertical ruler. So about like that. And then click and drag a text box to 7.5 on your horizontal ruler and 6 1/4 on your vertical ruler. So now you guys kind of understand what the H and the V mean after your numbers. It's talking about which ruler you're supposed to be looking at. Then press F9 on your keyboard to zoom in. Click the Insert tab, and you want to insert File. Go to your multimedia folder, Publisher, Unit C, and we are going to insert C-1. and then click OK. Click on your Review tab. So what these little squiggly lines are telling you that you have a misspelled word. So go to your Review tab and click on Spelling. Click Change to change previous. Change to make it event. And go ahead and change all of them. When it pops up with the publisher has finished checking the story, do you want it to check the rest of your publication? You can click No, and then click OK. Press Escape twice on your keyboard, and then press F9 to zoom back out. And of course, we're going to save again. Position your mouse over the horizontal ruler and drag down to 3 on your vertical ruler. Click the Insert tab, and you want to click on Advertisements in the Building Blocks group, and you want a corner starburst object. Then you want to move that so that the upper left corner is at 5.5 on your vertical ruler or your horizontal ruler and 3 on your vertical ruler. Press F9 to zoom in on it. Click where it says Attention Grabber and type Special. Press Enter. Type Guest, Speaker, press Control A to select all of that. Click on your Home tab and click Bold. Position your mouse over the right center handle. Click and drag over to 7.5. So as you are dragging, notice that this white line gets longer, so it shows you where it stops. And then save your work. If you're following along in your book, which you should be, we are on Publisher 62. Okay, so now you want to scroll so that this violet text box is in the center of your screen to help you see it better. And click on the Home tab and select Why Use a Logo and click the bold button. Click the Launcher button for the font group, which is your little arrow pointing outside of a box. And for color, click the down arrow and you want the accent 1 violet, same color that we chose earlier. And then in the effects you want small caps. You also want a check marks in the shadow. Then you can click on OK. In your Home tab on your ribbon, in the Clipboard group, there is a Format Painter, which is a little paintbrush. Click it once and position it over Customers. Double click the Format Painter and double click Firm. Double click Marketing and then press Escape. Click the Undo button 3 times. And press Escape twice. Scroll down to where it says Someone and type your name. Press F9 to zoom out and then save your work. Make sure you're on page Publisher 64. Click on the Insert tab and click on Table. You want 3 columns, which are up and down, and 6 rows. Now we have this table created, and we need to position the mouse so it's a forward-headed arrow, and we are actually going to move it so that the upper left corner is at the 3-inch mark on our horizontal bar, and 7 on our vertical bar. Click the Table Tools Design tab. Click the More button for table formats. And you want Table Style 57. Press F9 to zoom in. Type Session, Title, press Tab, Description, Tab, Speaker. Position your mouse on the right edge of the table so you get the double arrow with the double line in between it, and drag to 7.5. So again, watch your horizontal ruler at the top and watch the white part get bigger to 7.5. Place your mouse between description and speaker, press your shift key and move to 6.5. Then you can release your shift key. Now what we're going to do is you actually need to enter the data that is in the table shown on page 65. So you need to fill in all of the rest of this information. Once you've typed in the rest of the work, press F9 to zoom out and save your work. Then you can exit Publisher, and that's the end.